All right, joined here by Andrew Mackie. Mac, obviously the players have been back for a week or so after the Christmas break. How's the return been, and how's our pre-season campaign going so far?
Yeah, it's been really positive. Clearly, coming off the back of the last game last year, you always look for the signs that are going to hold us in good stead progressing into 2026. And so from that point of view, been really excited and optimistic about what this year might hold for us. The appetite to work and tinker and look at this time of year. You're always looking at things about how you can keep evolving, both as an individual and as a team. So we're in that exploration phase, as well as just executing some really important, physical markers that we want to get after. So it's been a real positive. The group's come back in great attitude, willing to get to work. So excited about what it might mean without anything being guaranteed.
And obviously this time of year, 5 weeks or so to our first match sim game, what's the sort of focus of the group been at training?
Yeah, like I said, it's we're sort of in that phase where you do try and look at different things, whether it be personnel changes, positional changes, the way we move the footy, the way we might defend. Obviously we've got Nathan Buckley's coming as a new coach, so he's got different philosophies and we'll explore all that. So it is that time of year where if you're not looking at that now, it's hard to do in the middle of the season. So as well as getting the really good grounding, the fitness work that we need and the strength work that we need, it's probably that time of year where we get to look at a couple of different things and probably start to sharpen that up before we take on the Hawks leading into obviously the opening round.
And you touched on it a little bit there, but had some great numbers out at the track. But can you touch on any players who've really lit it up so far? Well,
always hesitant to list a couple. Look, I think guys who probably been a bit interrupted over the last couple of years I've been excited by, like Mitch Edwards. He's starting to look like, touch wood, that he can get through a bit of the body stuff that had been holding him back a bit. Played some VFL last year, showed some really good signs. He's been good to see. Tanner Bruin, obviously, we didn't get to see last year, so it's great for him to be out and doing his thing that we've missed. So looking forward to that. Like I said, it's I could mention potentially 44 guys, so don't want to list a few, but those guys spring to mind just for the fact that probably had disrupted last year or two. So looking forward to them progressing.
And just touching a little bit further on a couple more who were held back at stages last year, how's Jake Colladashny tracking so far?
Yeah, he's going well. It's been slow for him since the end of the year. He had a couple of hip operations, so he had ongoing groin awareness, hips. They're all linked in down there. There's lots of different muscles, so it's we're feeling really good about that. Hopefully, we've got to the bottom of what might have been holding him back last year. It's been such an important player for us for a long period of time, so it'd be great to have that available to us. And clearly for Jake, it's when you are injured like that, it's never easy. So for him to get out and string a few trainings together, I think he'd be looking in the next week or two to get into some main footy drills, which would be great for him and us. And
Toby Conway as well seems to be getting through that program that he's on too.
Yeah, once again, it's been a bit slow for Toby, and probably has since he's came here since the draft. So hopefully everything we're putting in place now will hold him in good stead for the longer term future. There might be some frustrations for Toby initially. He's in a rush with his career, and every player should be. But we want to make sure that we get it right. He's had some foot surgery and some knee surgery, so that was at the end of the last season. So fast forward a few months, he's progressing, but we'll make sure we do all we can to just set it up for the longer term success for him in his body.
And it's been an exciting week in other news with Mark O'Connor playing for his hometown Dingle in the All-Ireland final. How exciting has that been for the club and the playing group especially, and how important is that for the club to be able to support Mark in that endeavour? Yeah,
super important. When we have conversations with potential guys in Ireland that we want to bring out, we understand that it's such a big shift in their life, moving over the other side of the world to play a different sport, family and friends, everything that comes with that, and the commitment. So we understand how important it is for these Irish guys when they get the chance to represent their town, that they do get to do it. So we've been super supportive. Mark's a pro, so from the point of view of what it might look like for 2026 with us, he's fit, he's strong, and more importantly, he's really enjoyed the time over there, spent with family, friends, and chasing something that would be really significant for him and his town. So we're fully supportive, right behind him, the whole playing group, staff, the whole footy club, probably members, hopefully. Yeah, we're all following him and really excited about hopefully what the next few days are for him. And yeah, it's been good. Like, we've even got a few players going over to support him. It's really important that those guys that are heading over wanted to show that support to Mark. And we are a footy club and want to win premierships every year, but at the same time, there's really deep connections that these guys form that are really important to them. So, yeah, fully supportive of the guys that want to show that support, and we'll be doing it from over here as well.
And another exciting event that's coming up is the State of Origin later in Feb. The players must be really excited about that. We've got 5 players being represented in both those teams.
Yeah. So far, there's been those guys named, and I think there's the teams need to put a few more names out. So who knows what that looks like? But it's great. It's great representation. Great for those individuals to represent their states. Hopefully it's something that the fans catch on to in the league. It's a real success. I know any time players do get to represent their state, it means something to them. So great for them. Hopefully it all goes well, and when that's done, they come back and play well for us.
And you touched on it a little bit earlier, but just that environment that we've sort of created really positively at the start of this pre-season off the back of last year seems to be really positive again going into this year already.
We're so lucky to have the people that we do in our footy club, and in particular the footy department, players and staff. Keep driving. Couldn't ask for a better group to come to work with every day. Really committed playing group, want to get better every day. And like I said, coming off a year like last year where a lot went right, but ultimately didn't quite fully get it done in the last day where we would have loved to. The switch from that into what we need to be doing has been really positive. So the environment that we do get to, it's not lost on us what we are and how lucky we are and grateful we are to have, the environment we do have and facilities that we do. So really optimistic about what the year can be. But like I said, it's a tough competition. We're one of 18 clubs all trying to do the same thing. So we've got to be on our game. But all signs so far have been positive, and been really happy with how they're tracking.
Awesome. Thank you, Mac, for that. Thanks for joining us.